going to be a very, very, very tough encounter in the Allianz Arena against the Bundesliga champions, against an informed Harry Kane, a player they had targeted at the start of the transfer window, but just couldn't get because they couldn't deal with Tottenham, basically, and Tottenham didn't want to sell to a Premier League rival, which is understandable. So they've ended up with Rasmus Hojlund, a scorer of 9 Serie A goals last season at a cost of £72 million, which seems extremely steep for a player who a year earlier had only been worth 15 million. And it remains to be seen whether he's going to work or not. There was some bright moments in the Brighton game from him early on, and he'll start again tonight in probably a very similar team to the one that played on Saturday. But it's a real test, and they've not had the best preparation because 3 defeats in 5, and the 2 games they did win, they were fortunate to. So it's not a crisis yet, but it's looming if they get well beaten tonight, which I expect they will. And then there's the trip to Burnley on Saturday, a game they should win, but there's nothing certain with Manchester United at the moment. It shows where the club is at. They're going into games like this where it would be a surprise if they won. But obviously a victory will give them a huge boost, and it's what they need right now. They certainly have the players to do it. If they can gel, who knows what could happen tonight. They're back in the Champions League, which they've worked hard to get into, and they're in a great group, exciting group. There's an excitement amongst the fans who have travelled over here, being back on the big stage. And fingers crossed they can do it, but it is a tough one. I'm surprised because I thought that after last season, which was a great first season for Ten Hag, two major finals, 1 trophy, 3rd place finish. They lost once at home in the league, and that was on the first day to Brighton. And I really did expect it to go on again this season. I have been surprised at how flat it's been. I don't think the pre-season tour helped, cramming all those games into a short space of time. And also, the unforeseen problems with Anthony, which has seen him have to come out the team now. Jadon Sancho and his attitude and that problems that's caused. Although him coming out the team doesn't actually weaken the team because he wasn't very good anyway. And there's just been, so many issues going on that I haven't been able to be a complete concentration on the football. For me, there's no chance of him losing his job, and nor should he. It would be totally the wrong decision. It would put them back to square one again. They've got the right man, in my opinion. He's just having a tough start to the season for various reasons. But, the idea of losing him right now is ridiculous. He needs time. Managers with bigger reputations than him have been at Manchester United since Sir Alex Ferguson and also struggled. He's trying to lay down, some markers for the future. He's had a great start in his first season, and he deserves time. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're losing 3-1 at home, there's bound to be an inquest between the players, and as my understanding that there was, and so there should be. You don't lose a game like that and immediately return to the dressing room and say nothing. And there is a spirit in this side that I certainly saw. Well, I saw a spirit in this side last season, which I haven't seen for a long time. And really urging each other on, really all in it together and everything. But I haven't seen that yet to the same extent this season. It seems to be a little bit fractured and a little bit flat, and it needs a big win to get it back on track. And that big win could come tonight in the Allianz Arena.